Hi students, good morning. Welcome to my channel. In this episode, I am going to discuss about the different forms of a complex numbers and conjugate of a complex number and its properties. So let us have a discussion about different forms of a complex numbers. A complex number may have three different forms. Three different forms. One is Cartesian form. Second one is polar form. Third one is Euler's form. One by one, we are going to discuss now. First of all, Cartesian form. The complex number is of the form x plus iy, where x comma y belongs to real numbers, is called the Cartesian form. In this, you know that already we discussed in earlier classes. X is equal to real part of z and y is imaginary part of z. Where we have to use this? How we have to use this Cartesian form? First thing, uses, advantages. To locate the complex number in the organ plane, and moreover the advantages here. These two are the uses where we are going to use that. First one is to locate the complex number in the organ plane. After that, to find the locus of complex number z. To find the locus of complex number z. For example, question like this there may be chances to ask regarding this concept. Find the locus of z if mod z is equal to 2. Like this they will ask the question. That time what we are going to do? Let z is equal to x plus iy. Calculate modulus of z. Already we discussed in the previous classes. Modulus of z is equal to square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. What value is given? Mod z is equal to, since mod z is equal to 2, square root of x square plus y square, squaring on both sides, 4 is equal to x square plus y square, which is the required locus. Particularly if we observe that this locus is circle, which is the required locus of z. Particularly that is equation of circle. In particular, it is a standard equation of circle. Why? Because whose center is 0. Now, second form is a polar form. In this polar form, z is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta, which is equal to r comma theta, is called Polar form of a complex number. Polar form of a complex number. Where R is equal to modulus of a z and theta is tan inverse of y by x or argument of z. This form is called polar form of the complex number. How we are to get this complex number? See that, consider an orthogonal plane. In this, z is equal to x plus iy is a complex number. This complex number, write in the Cartesian form, it will be p of x comma y. Join origin to the point P. This line makes an angle theta with the real axis. And the distance from point P to the real axis is y units. The distance from origin to the point which meets x axis means real axis. This point you can assume as A. OA is equal to x units and OAP is equal to y units. From this you can calculate, from here to here it is exactly right angle triangle. No? From this you can calculate, this value will become as root of x square plus y square. Root of x square plus y square equal to modulus of z. Modulus of z you can write as what? R. So R is equal to root of x square plus y square. From this right angle triangle we can calculate sin theta and cos theta. Sin theta equal to opposite by hypotenuse, y by r. From this y value make as a subject, y is equal to r sin theta. And cos theta calculate, it is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse, which implies that x is equal to r cos theta. So in the complex number, these x and y values, if you substitute this form, we are going to get now. Z is equal to x plus iy, which is equal to x value is what? R cos theta, plus I into y value is r sin theta. From this r take common, r into cos theta plus I sin theta. Therefore, whenever the complex number representing in the polar form, it should be in terms of theta. This also can be written as z is equal to x plus iy equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta is also of the form r into cis theta. Cis theta means cis theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. Cis theta represents z is equal to r into cis theta, where cis theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. After that, what are the advantages? What are the uses of polar form? The first point is, when the powers of complex number is high, that time we can use this polar form. First thing, when the powers of complex number is high, whenever high power complex numbers are there, that time we can apply this polar form. And second one, in problems of maximum and minimum, maximum value of mod z, maximum value of z, like this they will ask that. In problems of maximum and minimum, you can apply this polar form. And third one, in the finding nth roots of unity, finding nth roots of unity. After that, we will go for third form, Euler's form. Its third form, Euler's form. The complex number z equal to can be expressed as r into e power I theta is called Euler's form, where theta equal to augment of z. We know that augment of z tan inverse y by x. And one more thing here you have to remember, this Euler's form from polar form to it will be converted. It will be converted. See, suppose z is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta is there, which is equal to z, which implies z equal to r into, this can be written as e power I theta. E power I theta. That means from here to here we have e power I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. Cos theta plus I sin theta. And moreover, e power I theta can be written as this is theta now. Cos theta plus I sin theta means cis theta. Therefore, e power I theta equal to cis theta. We can write it as z is equal to r into cis theta. Even like this also we can write. In the next, we have to discuss about the conjugate of a complex number and their properties. Next concept, conjugate of a complex number. What is the meaning of conjugate of a complex number? A reflection of a complex number z equal to x plus iy in the real axis mirror is called a conjugate of a complex number. See that I write the first definition. According to definition, I draw the diagram. You will get easy to understand. A reflection of a complex number z equal to x plus iy in the real axis mirror is called a conjugate of a complex number. It is denoted by z bar. Its complex number is z. The conjugate of a complex number is denoted by z bar and defined as z bar equal to x minus iy. This is the complex conjugate. If the complex number is z is equal to x plus iy, their conjugate is defined as z bar equal to x minus iy. After that, see, according to definition, if you draw the diagram like this way, easy to understand. This is the real axis, this is the imaginary axis. This is the real axis. Suppose the complex number z is in this plane, z is equal to x plus iy. On real axis like this will be there. from here to here, how much distance will be there? This is complex conjugate z bar, which is equal to x minus iy. Here also it is the same distance. The reflection means in the sense same distance from these two. So this z is equal to x plus iy is a complex number. Then their conjugate is defined as z bar x minus iy. It is the representation in the diagram. After that, properties of conjugate of a complex number. First property, z bar whole bar is equal to z. That means for the complex conjugate, again you have to take that conjugate. It will become a complex number. The first property. And the second property, the modulus of a complex number and the modulus of complex conjugate and the modulus of negative of a complex number and the modulus of negative of complex conjugate and the multiple of I, that means Ij, modulus of Ij, which is equal to modulus of I into Z bar. All the magnitudes are equal. You take any example, based on this you will get the same answer. The magnitudes of complex number, conjugate complex number, or negative of a complex number, or negative conjugate of complex number, or multiple of complex number I and conjugate multiple with I, all the magnitudes are equal. Next property, so third property, Z into Z bar. Z means x plus I1. Z bar means x minus I1. A plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. That means x square minus iy whole square. I square means minus 1. So minus into minus plus. So it will become x square plus y square, which is also can be written as mod z whole square, and also can be written as x square. X means what? Real part of z. So real part of z whole square plus imaginary part of z whole square. So now onwards you remember, that is mainly here z into z bar is equal to mod z square. That you have to remember. Further I am explaining these all, otherwise no need. Z into z bar is equal to mod z whole square. Come to next property. This is the third property. The fourth property, real part of z can be expressed as, real part of z means what? X. Real part of z can be expressed as the sum of complex number and complex conjugate by 2 we can express. See, real part of z means what? X. That can be written as 2x by 2 also. 2x can be expressed as x plus iy plus x minus iy. So x plus iy is z, x minus iy is minus z, z dash, z bar. So real part of z can be written as z plus z bar by 2, and imaginary part of z can be expressed as z minus z bar divided by 2i. Very important, these 2 points keep in mind. The first point and second point. The real part of z is z plus z bar by 2. Imaginary part is z minus z bar by 2i. In this, 2 important points we have to discuss. One is, if Z is purely imaginary. Whenever Z is purely imaginary, real part of purely imaginary, that is real part of Z is equal to 0. A real part of Z is equal to 0. What is real part? This only, if it equate this, you will get Z plus Z dash by 2 equal to 0. That implies Z plus Z dash equal to 0. Even this also you can use as if Z is purely imaginary. Sometimes in objective you use Z plus Z bar is equal to 0. Otherwise, Z is equal to minus Z dash or Z bar. Same thing, if Z is imaginary, purely real, that implies imaginary part of Z is equal to 0. That implies Z minus Z bar by 2 is equal to 0. Sorry, 12. Cross multiply Z minus Z bar is equal to 0. Or we can write as Z is equal to Z bar. Whenever if Z is purely real, imaginary part of Z is equal to 0, we can express as Z minus Z bar by 2 equal to 0, Z minus Z dash Z bar equal to 0, Z is equal to Z bar. Whenever Z is equal to Z bar, immediately that it indicates Z is purely real. Z is purely real. If Z is purely imaginary, real part of Z is equal to 0, then Z is equal to minus Z dash. After that, more 2-3 properties. After completing of this session, next, I think fifth. Z1 plus Z2 whole bar equal to Z1 bar plus Z2 bar. That means the sum of two complex number conjugate is equal to sum of the conjugate of Z1 and Z2. In general, we can write it as, Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 plus and so on, Zn whole bar can be written as Z1 bar plus Z2 bar plus Z3 bar plus and so on, Zn bar. Like this we can define. This is also one of the property. And whereas product also we can observe that. Product of Z1 into Z2 is equal to Z1 bar into Z2 bar. In general, this is also we can write it as, in general, Z1 into Z2 into Z3 into and so on Zn, which is equal to Z1 bar into Z2 bar into Z3 bar into Zn bar. Like this you have to define. And we may define as like this also. Z power n whole conjugate can be expressed as, we may write it as, Z power n whole conjugate, the power n bar can be written as Z bar whole power n. And more two properties based on quotient form. Quotient form is Z1 by Z2 form. If Z2 is not equal to 0, provided that Z1 by Z2 whole bar can be written as Z1 bar by Z2 bar. Like this you can define. And arguments. Argument of Z plus argument of Z bar is equal to 2k pi, where k belongs to R. This is also important property. Argument of Z plus argument of Z bar is equal to 2k pi, where k belongs to R. According to the complex number, we will apply this. Thank you very much. In the coming episode, I am going to discuss the properties of arguments also. more properties are there, and respective concepts, questions and answers, whether it is boards or in competitive exams, all that we will discuss in the coming episode. Thank you very much for watching my videos. If you have any doubt in this regard, you can write to my respective video inbox. I will respond. Thank you very much.